what do we have here? Hey, thanks for the like. Greatly appreciate it. Safely strapped. What's going on, man? No, today's not President's Day. That's the, if I'm not remembering incorrectly, the 16th. But the sale is going from the 12th to the 17th, and the code is live right now. PVS, what's going on, man? See if we get a few more people in here. Right on, 3, all right. Oh, man, SHOT Show was great. It was a lot of people, a lot of businesses, just so much stuff. So many booths. It's insane just how many there were. And we got to see, Tag Precision, Gideon Optics, Vector Optics, SCT Manufacturing, MMC Armory, Delta Team Tactical, Davidson Defense, who else? Grit Grips, the Glock store, Glock, of course, and just a lot of businesses. And those are just the ones like off the top of my head. There were so many others that we met with that, and some of them, with firearms and with slides and things like that, but others that do a lot of the support work in the background. So, sonic cleaning and tumbling and just other stuff that does a lot of the support work, end mills and steel companies, just, kind of all the background peripheral companies that nobody really thinks of that completely support the entire industry. No, yeah, we're talking with a few of them, and we'll see what happens. Everyone's just kind of, especially as it relates to like California and a few other things, seeing how things are going. Talked to a lot of California-based businesses, and talked to Glock Store, and those are great guys. Talked to Lenny McGill. So we'll see if they're interested. We'll see. And Grit Grips talked with Dustin over there. See if they're interested in anything. And then of course SCT Manufacturing, Optics Planet. So Optics Planet has some of our slides. They've added more of our slides because when they first started it was just a couple. Now it's several more. So Optics Planet has some of our slides available. So that's pretty awesome. But yeah, so for those of you who are new, just checking in, looks like I got a few people in chat. I'm Robert. I work with Stiffler Manufacturing. I run social media, marketing, all that stuff. And starting technically tomorrow, we have our President's Day sale going on from the 12th to the 17th. 15% off every single slide on the website. Every single slide. Just ordered a Viper and Jesse James Green. Right on. Yeah, Jesse James Green's awesome. I love that color. Long name. Really long name, but great color. Because Jesse James Eastern Front Green. Jehaken, what's going on, man? Yeah, still working on the 43. I'm hoping still got some stuff to do with it. Same with the 26. But, we'll see how it goes. We got to get through a lot of these orders before we keep... That's what the downside is that we're constantly working on orders and stuff for slides. For example, like while we were at SHOT Show, we took an order for 625 slides. And that was just one order. We took a few other orders where they were a few hundred slides a piece too. So when the orders kind of has to go first over us creating something new. So it's still being worked on, but got to take care of the business side first before we start making new stuff. But people are excited for the 26. They're excited for the 43. And after that, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe end of third quarter, we'll start working on possibly Gen 5. Yeah. Those machines aren't cheap. We were looking at one machine, and they wanted 20 grand down just for the machine. And we would be doing, if we were to get it, We would be doing it just for, optics cuts, some other minor work on the slides, and then some custom work. But they want, 20 grand down just for that machine. So that's the expensive side of it that doesn't get talked about a lot, is like, hey, why don't you just do this? And I'm like, let me go find 20 grand somewhere. Like, let me just go find out where I can get that money. I think total it was like a $180,000 machine. So 20 grand down to start, and then you just got to pay off the rest. So I mean, unless I could pull 180, to win the lottery, right? Just pull 180 grand out, or get a loan. But we don't really want to do any of that, because we got a few machines already, and those work on volume production. We got a request recently where someone was asking us, hey, I drew up a slide. It's like, can you guys make this? And we're like, you know what? We probably can. But downside to individual work is we'd be hurting our volume production. Oh, yeah, those CNC machines are not cheap at all. And that's on the low end. If you want to get some really fancy stuff, you could spend $1 million on a CNC machine. Like, no joke. They are not cheap. And that's just the machine itself. That's not, getting the slab set up. That's not getting all the end mills, your coolant, all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, and keep in mind the tools are breaking too, because they wear down. They break while you're machining stuff, so you got to replace those tools. It's not like it's infinite. It is a finite resource, and you got to replace them. Oh, thank you for the like. Greatly appreciate it. But yep, we are the sale's live now. Technically, starts tomorrow, but the code's live. Anybody can use the code they want. Code PRES15, PRES15, 15% off every slide we make. And we're doing that from the 12th to the 17th. Hey, Focus, what's going on, man? So, yep, every single slide we make, 15% off right now. President's Day, Valentine's Day, running it all the way through. And, we'll see. I think we've already gotten a few people who've already ordered some. And they literally do mean everything. You want a lightning cut slide or a stenciled slide. You want camo. You want tiger stripe. Some of the new urban camos and stuff we're doing. Whatever's on the website, 15% off. Strip slides, complete slides, 15% off. The Space Warns, all the FX series, whatever we have on the website right now, and I think we just added a few more things today, 15% off. So, oh man, thank you guys for the likes. Greatly appreciate it. But yeah, feel free to ask questions about it. I've got a few slides here with me just to show off. And then, of course, you can go check out StifflerManufacturing.com, and you can see all the other stuff we have on there. We're posting reels over to Instagram. We've got new posts coming up on Facebook. So whatever your social media platform of choice is, we've got something where we're making announcements for everybody. And then also this weekend, we are going to a local gun show here in Arizona. And we're just going to be walking around. I'll be there. I think Justine will be there. We'll see who else is coming. But we're going to go there and just meet and greet and talk to people and check out booths and, see what's going on. Support a local gun show. And that's our SM19 Zoom in Space Worn. Got quite a few Zooms here. This one here is our Viper. And, of course, all of our slides are 17-4 stainless steel. They're all milled here in Arizona. All the Cerakote is done in-house. And for those of you who know, our steel is preheat treated before we start cutting it. So that's one of the edges we have on other machine shops and other businesses on getting slides out. Because our turnaround is like, 1 to 2 weeks on average. Maybe a little bit longer if we get a delay in a steel shipment, which has happened once in a blue moon where, we get a shipment late. But other than that, yeah, 1 to 2 weeks. And I think we're doing pretty good keeping that 1 to 2 weeks going. And that's the milling process. That's not shipping. We can't control the U.S. Postal Service. So 1 to 2 weeks to when we ship it out. You know, you usually receive it within that 2 weeks. So I think we're doing pretty good. Cause we've talked to a few other distributors and vendors out there, and they're like, hey, you know, like we ordered something from this other shop. We're not going to drop names, and they're just like, it took them, you know, 180 days to get us, you know, the slides we ordered. And I was like, really? Like, well, how many did you order? I'm like, well, we ordered like 500 units. And I'm like, dude, I will get you 500 units in 30 days. Like, we got you covered. Let's do this. Like, that is not a problem for us. Yep, we got volume production down. If you need it, we can make it. We'll get you on our production list. But yep, that is our SM19 Viper 17.4 stainless steel. This one here is an H Series Gold Cerakote. And we've actually range tested this one. So you can kind of see where the Cerakote wear is. Of course, it's on the contact points. But the exterior still remains good despite firing. And we did fire this with a ported barrel. So you can see some wear, but that Cerakote holds up. Of course, if you get something that is, you know, pre-stressed, that simulated distressing like the Space Worn here, you're not even going to notice. And of course, those are 19s, but we also make 17s. And like some of them were asking earlier, you know, yes, we are doing 26s, we are doing 43s, we are working on them. But right now, yeah, 19s and 17s, that's what we make. Soon to have those 26s and 43s. And all of our slides come optic cut ready. Like, all of them. Trijicon RMR flat optic cuts. So you are not going to have to get your slide remilled somewhere else. And there you see, Trijicon RMR flat optic cut. So if you want your Holosun 507C, you want your Siley Optics Wolf X Pro, your Gideon Optics Omega, those will fit. Burnt bronze on this one. Oh, right on, Focus. You're going to have to let us know what you make with it, man. I love to see people's builds. Absolutely love it. Yeah, this is burnt bronze. Real popular color. Of course, bronze has that metallic flake in it. Gives it that kind of shine. And of course, you know, a lot of slides in the industry are made out of 416R stainless steel. It's good steel. It works, you know, well with guns and firearms parts, but a lot of barrels are made out of 416R. 17.4 is just better. It's harder. It's got more chromium in it, right? It's more corrosion resistant. And it lets you do more. There's more stuff you can do with it. I'm sure some of you have seen some slides in the past where they've had stress test issues, you know, cracks on certain cuts. 17.4, you're not likely to have those problems. It's a much harder, sturdier steel, more corrosion resistant. It's going to last longer than 416. Is it harder to work with? Absolutely. Breaks end mills so much easier than it does on 416. But it's worth it. It makes a much better product. 17.4, definitely a better quality steel. And, you know, we're not the only company using 17.4. You know, you see some bigger names out there like Zev, Zafiri, Grey Ghost, Brownells used to. Like, all those bigger names, they're using 17.4. I think Brownells stopped using 17.4 like a year ago, and they swapped over to 416. That's the rumor anyway. Don't know. But 17.4, solid steel. If you're getting, you know, a slide and you want it to last a good long while, 17.4. A little bit more expensive, but I think it's worth it. And, you know, I'm with our price point's coming in at like 150 to 300. And again, hey, YouTube, we do not sell firearms, right? It's just the slides. These are lawful parts. We do not sell firearms. But Yeah, our ranges come in at like 150 to 300, and compared to a lot of competitors, I think we're pretty competitive on the price. I think it's really affordable for a lot of new builders. Even and it's of course affordable from people who are not new builders, people who've been doing this a while. But for somebody who's just getting into it and they want to get something like a PSA frame and then slap a complete on, you can have a build for like 300. And the great thing is, Glock is basically Legos. All these Glock clone parts, you can always upgrade later. Like, hey, I want to change this optic. Hey, I want to change out this part kit. But the slide, being 17.4, it's going to last a lot of builds. And the cool thing is we have so many different Cerakote colors, and we have all these cool stencils that we can just make different stuff with. And we're in the process of acquiring more stencils now so we can do more stuff and make more designs in the future. Curious to see if I can't talk about it just yet, but in a few months, I'm curious to see if we can get these stencils in and do something pretty cool with them for something that's going on in a few months from now. So that'll be exciting if we can, because I think it'll look pretty sick. And there's other stuff in the background too. Like, yeah, we are doing the 26, we are doing the 43. But there's a couple other slides that we're kind of just designing in the background that we've got almost ready to go for the 19 and 17. A little bit. So yeah, there's a few other designs we want to do, Cerakote wise, but this one's more of a stenciling thing, and I can't really talk about it more than that. But I used to be so open about a lot of stuff, but then I found out quite easily that there's a few companies that like to copy things. So we play a little closer to the vest now that we're realizing that. But I will say imitation is definitely a sincere form of flattery. Clearly, they liked what we did, and so they said, you know what, we're going to do that too. And so, hey, why not? Hey, Gerald, what's going on, man? Like, I'm sure some of you saw our sunset slide. We were never the first person that came up with a blend of Cerakote, but we started doing it, and we watched other people who were not doing that all of a sudden doing the same thing we were doing, and it's like, oh, okay, I see what you're putting down. So, yeah, we were not obviously by any means the first, but that was kind of amusing. It's like Tiger Stripe. I don't think we were the first to do this, but I think we did it well. Got our Tony the Tiger one going on here. We've got a zebra one. We've got that cool 80s looking one with the crocodile green. Honestly reminds me of old 80s action movies, Arnold Schwarzenegger, that kind of thing. Moon Rocks, what's going on, brother? Hey, right on, brother. Yes, definitely stay safe, stay strapped, and always keep training. So, man, thanks for dropping by. I greatly appreciate it. And thank you guys so much for the likes. And I wish I had some more slides with it. We're going to rotate these out at some point. So when I do another live in the future, you guys will see some new slides. We'll be swapping some of these out so you guys can see some of our new stuff. But definitely check out our Instagram and check out our Facebook page, because we are posting all kinds of new stuff we took to SHOT Show when we were in Las Vegas. And we're going to be showing some of that stuff off on some of the reels and shorts that we're doing on Facebook and Instagram, and a little bit on YouTube as well. And yeah, keep an eye out for some of that stuff. We'll put some of this in the background as well, get some new slides ready. I don't have a turbo with me right now, but we've got most of what we make right here. So obviously our Zoom, base model, front grip serrations, nothing real fancy, has those chamfers that we're known for. And of course it comes optic cut. And then we've got our helmet, a bit more design features on there. Got your top grip serrations, still has that optic cut, just like all our slides do. We've got our Viper, crazy on the windows, window on each side, a little bit of stylish design work there, and because it's 17.4, it can handle it. Oh, thank you, Gerald. Yeah. Right on, rewatching Trailer Park Boys. The black-white splatter. This one, the lightning one here. I do have a splatter one that's like cookies and cream. That's on our website. But this was done with F-Series Arctic White, H-Series Graphite Black, and the stencils we got from Tactical Penguin. They really did a great job with those stencils. But if you're looking for more of a splatter thing, yeah, check out the website. We've got one on there that looks like cookies and cream. Oh, thank you. Yep, a lot of the slide designs, like what we choose to do, Justine has a direct hand in that. She handles a lot of that stuff. And then our painters, sometimes you'll see some of like the speckle slides we did, where they're all kind of rainbowy, speckly. Just sometimes our painters are just doing stuff and trying it out and, you know, seeing how if it works or not. And sometimes we've gotten some really cool, really crazy looks. And sometimes it's like, nope, that was awful. That was a bad idea. Hey, Russell, how you doing, man? Oh, I definitely appreciate it. Always feel free to stop on in and say hi, ask questions, comment. We're real free form in here, so you guys can ask whatever you like, comment on whatever you like. If I don't know the answer, I'll look it up or make something up, you know. And some people like to do, you know, college builds, sports teams builds, so we get like a lot of requests on certain colors. And they're like, hey, I'm trying to do my favorite sports team. I'm trying to do, you know, a college. Like, can you guys do this? And it's like, well, yeah, maybe we can. Like, let's walk through it. Let's talk about it. So I had one guy do like a Vikings build, and that was kind of neat. Another guy wanted something like with the Steelers, and he's like, hey, can I get this color slide? He's like, this is what I'm doing with my frame. And I'm like, you know what? We don't have that color, but if you go to Cerakote's website, we might be able to order something. If it's a color we don't carry, yeah, we'll tack on a small stocking fee, but yeah, we might be able to make that for you. So we like doing some of the custom stuff, and it gives people so many options. I know sometimes people are like, oh, hey, I don't like this vibrant color. It's like I want classic black. Hey, we have classic black. We've got graphite black for you. Or they like our camouflage ones, like Jesse James Green camouflage, or the we're in the process of doing a desert camouflage. One of the reels we posted was a burnt bronze camouflage. That was great. We have our OD camo. We've got our winter camo. So some people really like those. And then, of course, just your classic FDE, desert sand, coyote tan, black, or even like shimmer aluminum here, where it gives that kind of like faux steel look. And it's like, yeah, we can do all the classics, or we can do crazy stuff like Tony the Tiger right here. Yeah, just for Glock, Gen 3 19s and 17s. We're working on the Gen 4 26, and then, of course, the 43/43X. We'd like to move beyond Glock at some point, but there's always, you know, patents that you have to consider, and it's just a lot of what does the market want and what do the distributors and vendors want. Like we did have a base design for like a SIG style slide, but no vendors are interested in it, no distributors are interested in it, so it's been shelved. Maybe we'll address that sometime in the future and do one, but you know, it's all about the market. What does the market want? And the market still wants Glock slides, especially with Glock discontinuing a lot of models. The clone market has stepped up and they are providing slides and parts kits and all kinds of stuff. Like, and for those that don't know, like Glock Store doing the 26X, you know, that is with Grit Grips and Glock Store, and you know, they are doing, you know, Glock OEM parts, but a lot of the support stuff on it is from the aftermarket. And it's not an OEM frame, it's a frame made by Grit Grips. It's OEM slide, OEM parts kit, but you know, that's something they've worked with Glock Store directly. It's not exactly a Glock exclusive. And then there's other people who just, they're like, oh, well, you know, I can always get like a Glock 26. That's not a problem. They want to do aftermarket stuff. So hence why we're making a 26X. Or a 26 slide, rather. It's like people want to like, hey, Stiffler, I love your slides. But like, hey, I'm doing that new 26. Like, are you guys going to make a slide for the 26? Absolutely. They're like, hey, I want to get a Viper in 26. And it's like, yep, we're going to do it. I want to get a Turbo in 26. We're going to do it. Takes a little bit of time. Slow and steady, measured growth, and we'll get there. Oh, let's see what's next. The Hellet. SM19 Hellet. Good for Gen 3 Glock 19s. Front grip serrations, top grip serrations. Trijicon RMR flat optic cut. And something we do that other companies don't is this aluminum RMR cover plate. There's some companies out there that do, aluminum RMRs, but most do plastic. And those plastic cover plates tend to break. They crack, they chip, they fly off. And I don't know if you've seen one of the plastic cover plates fly off, but they usually break when they do. If for some reason you didn't tighten down your, cover plate screws for whatever reason, and this flies off, it's metal, it's aluminum, it's gonna survive. It's black nitride coated, it's gonna survive, it's gonna do just great. So if you forget to tighten it down and use your Loctite, this cover plate's gonna last you. So yeah, definitely avoid plastic cover plates. Aluminum cover plates are the way to go. It lasts so much longer. And then if you're done with your optics, so for example, I often do not Loctite my optics. I just tighten them down before and after range uses, because sometimes I like to swap stuff out. I still have to test out this Wolf EDG we got from Siley Optics. And so right now, one of my builds has the Wolf X Pro on it back here. And so I am going to swap out the Wolf X Pro for the EDG after I dump another 100 rounds or so through that X Pro. Because I put 900 rounds through it so far. And, once I get back to the range and just dump another 100 or so rounds through it, I will then swap over to the EDG and do some testing on that one. Oh, and I do have to get my Gideon Optics Omega back. I would love to do some more testing on that, but a friend has it, and he doesn't want to give it back. So at least he's enjoying it. But I do need to get that back, or maybe I'll just buy another one. Screw it. Who doesn't need more red dots, right? But yeah, for those of you just joining us, these are 15% off. Last day they'll be on sale is the 17th, so right at midnight, probably a little bit longer because of time zones. So if you wake up real early in the morning on the 18th and go, oh crap, I forgot to buy one, it'll still probably be live. But yep, 15% off all slides, stripped slides, complete slides, 19s, 17s, all models, all colors. 15% off. But been on almost half an hour. I've got to get up early in the morning. So this is where I'm going to open it up to whatever comments and questions you guys have. Next couple of minutes, ask whatever you guys like. And then I'll take off, and I got a lot of stuff to do in the morning. But just a short live. We are doing our sale, and we are going to a gun show this weekend. So whatever you guys got, open fire. Shoot, as it were. Little chip. Nothing? Questions, comments, concerns from the Stiffmeisters? I'm amazed the cat has not come up here and tried to knock down this slide. And for a picture on the steel, this is one of the bars we use, 17-4 stainless. We do not use blanks. We mill everything from scratch, in-house. Moon rocks. Average is about 1,000 to 1,500 before we release it. So we got the new 26 that we're working on. We're going to put 1,000 rounds through it before we start releasing it for production. Pistol Pete, what's going on, man? One of the Leonidas ones, and you guys can find pictures of it. Just search Stiffler Manufacturing Leonidas, and you'll find photos of it. When we first did that slide, we dumped 1,500 rounds through it before we started producing it. Same thing for the Flash. We did over 1,000 rounds on that. I want to say it was like 1,200 rounds on the Flash. Viper was about the same, over 1,000 rounds. And same thing for the Zoom and the Hellet, is that we wanted to dump at least 1,000 rounds into it at the range and make sure. And it's not just like we put it on one frame. We put it on a Glock OEM. We put it on a Palmetto State Armory's Dagger. an old Polymer 80 frame, SCT manufacturing frame, and then different types of ammo too, ported barrel and standard barrel. And so, yeah, 1,000 rounds, but we were dumping different types of ammo through it, different grain weights, different frames, different barrels, and just making sure it's good to go. Try to accommodate for like every variant that people are going to build. We don't have every frame out there, of course. Like I don't have a what is it, Geisler? I don't have a Grit Grips right now. Plan to get one. Just we've tested it on as many as we can. So long as it matches OEM, that's what matters the most. Oh yeah, we met with Pistol Pete at SHOT Show along with a few other people. Bullseye Ben, Black Rambo, Jack of All Trades, 762 Juice, John Crump News, Flying Rich, and I'm sure there's people I'm forgetting right now. I'm sorry if I did. SHOT Show was so wild. I met so many people, so many businesses. Justine and Brian too, just going around meeting all these people, meeting all these businesses. It was a crazy event. And we're going to go again next year, 2027. We will be at SHOT Show again. And we're going to bring new patches and maybe coins and maybe even some carrying bags for people's badges. So that'll be pretty cool. Yeah, Pistol Pete's going again. I don't know if Bullseye's going again. If he does, Jack of All Trades, I think, is going again. John Crump should be there again. I don't know if Flying Rich is going again yet. That's, it still might be too much time out. DLD After Dark, probably not because he has, what is it called in Virginia? Poll Day or something where they go march on the Capitol and they demand their politicians do their job. I forget what it's called, but something going on in Virginia. So he's usually involved with that. But otherwise, a lot of people go to it. Black Rambo will probably be there again. 762 Juice will probably be there again. I'm forgetting somebody right now. Damn, so many people. But yeah, it's a wild event. There's a lot of people to go talk with and see, and all these crazy booths and what people are doing. Like one of my favorite things that I saw there was they had a hand crank Gatling gun that fed off Glock mags. That was awesome. I'd love to own one. Love to get one. Right on, man. Have a good one, Pistol Pete. And if you guys aren't subbed to Pistol Pete, go give his channel a look. He is always doing lives, always talking about guns, always doing things. Check his channel out. Oh, man, thank you guys for the likes. Greatly appreciate it. And, yeah, if there's, this is it. Final questions. Otherwise, I got to get up early in the morning. I get up at 4 a.m. and go to work. And then when I get done with work, go to work again. So if you guys have it, or if you just want to say something crazy in chat, go for it, man. Final countdown. Work, work, work. Blue Jay, what's going on, man? Oh, yeah, definitely. And, of course, before I leave, it is our President's Day sale. Code is live. The code is good all the way through the 17th. So 17th at midnight, probably even the morning after. But 15% off all Stiffler slides, strip slides, complete slides, 19s, 17s, whatever color, does not matter. Everything on our website, all the slides, 15% off. And, we got some merch on there too. So maybe if you want a Stiffler t-shirt or something like that. Those aren't on sale, but maybe you want to add one with your slide there. There we go. But hey, thank you guys so much for checking out our live stream. Thank you for checking out Stiffler Manufacturing. And we are going to go to a local gun show this week. So we are going to be in Arizona at a local expo in Tucson. And we'll be there talking with local gun stores and booths and random buyers and sellers and checking that all out. So that's going to be fun. So we're going to be working all week, all weekend. But yeah, check out the sale. 15% off all Stiffler slides. So yeah, just give it a look, and thank you guys so much. And as always, stay 2A every day.